The Mongols conquered half the known world on dried meat you could fit in a saddlebag. They rode for weeks without stopping. No kitchens, no refrigeration, no resupply. Just leather pouches full of something that looks like beef jerky's ugly cousin and tastes like survival. Borts. Pulverized meat dried into sheets so hard you could use them as armor. 1 pound could feed a warrior for 3 days. And here's the part that should piss you off. You're spending $8 per pound on freeze-dried beef from Mountain House when you could make a month's worth of protein for $60 in your kitchen this weekend. So let's stop buying overpriced survival food from companies that know you're scared and learn from people who literally ate this while burning empires to the ground. What Borts actually was. Borts wasn't jerky. Jerky is meat strips with some chew left in them. Borts was meat beaten into absolute submission. The Mongols took the leanest cuts they could find, deer, horse, yak, whatever, and pounded it into pulp with rocks until it broke down into fibrous paste. Then they sun-dried it in brutal Central Asian heat until it turned into leathery sheets harder than boot leather. The final product was so dry that bacteria couldn't touch it. Nothing could live in it. You could carry 10 pounds of Borts and have 2 months of protein. The Mongol army didn't need supply lines because every soldier was a supply line. That's why they moved faster than any army in history. Modern MREs last 5 to 10 years and cost $8 to $12 each. Borts lasted years and cost basically nothing. The Mongols proved you don't need NASA food science. You need meat, salt, sun, and violence. How they mass-produced it. When the army needed Borts, entire villages turned into meat processing operations, women and children pounding meat while men hunted. Assembly line efficiency 800 years before Ford invented the term. They'd spread the pounded meat on reed mats in direct sunlight. Temperatures hit 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit with zero humidity. Meat dried in 6 to 12 hours. Flip it once, done. Then they'd pack it in leather pouches sealed with animal fat. Each warrior carried 20 to 40 pounds of Borts. That's 60 to 120 days of protein per person. Most preppers carry 3 to 7 days of food and think they're prepared. The Mongols were carrying 4 months. They could ride from Beijing to Budapest without worrying about their next meal. This wasn't survival food. This was conquest food. There's a difference. Your kitchen version. Here's where everyone who spent $3,000 on freeze-dried buckets should be taking notes. You can make Borts in your kitchen with stuff you already own. 10 pounds of lean beef, salt, and either a dehydrator or your oven. That's it. But here's what makes this better than what the Mongols had. You can control moisture levels perfectly. They were at the mercy of weather. You have a thermostat. You have consistency. You can make Borts that's safer, more reliable, and probably tastier than what Genghis Khan was eating. The Mongols were limited by technology. You're not, which means you can take their battle-tested method and make it better. And if you're thinking this sounds complicated, the Mongols taught this to children. If a 10-year-old nomad could make military-grade protein rations in 1200 AD, you can handle it. The process, condensed. Here's how you make it. Step 1. Cut 10 pounds of lean beef to chunks. Remove all fat. Fat goes rancid. Step 2. Pound it with a meat mallet until it's pulp. Put on angry music. This is therapy. Step 3. Mix in a 1/4 cup of salt, preservation, not just for flavor, and any spices you want. Step 4. Spread it 1/4 inch thick on dehydrator trays or parchment-lined baking sheets. Step 5. Dry at 145 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit for 6 to 10 hours until it's brittle and snaps when you bend it. If it flexes, keep drying. Step 6. Break into chunks, vacuum seal or use Ziploc bags, store somewhere cool. Total active time, 2 hours. Passive time, 6 to 10 hours while it dries and you do something else. Storage, cooking, and cost. Storage. Properly dried Borts last 6 to 12 months in regular Ziploc bags. Vacuum sealed with oxygen absorbers? Years. Room temperature, no refrigeration, no electricity. The Mongols found forgotten pouches years later, still perfectly edible. cooking. Drop it in boiling water, simmer 20 to 30 minutes, and it breaks back down into shredded meat. Add to soups, stews, rice, ramen, anything with liquid. Backpackers love this because 1 pound of dried borts becomes 3 pounds of rehydrated meat. Cost breakdown? Your homemade borts is $50 to $65 for 30 days of protein. Mountain House freeze-dried is $135 to $150 for the same amount. You just saved $75 to $90 by spending one Saturday beating meat. Scale to 90 days, freeze-dried costs $400 to $450. Homemade borts costs $120 to $180. You saved $220 to $330. That's real money. Why this actually matters? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people never buy emergency food because it's expensive and feels paranoid, and the people who do buy it waste money on garbage that won't keep them fed. Borts solves both problems. It's cheap, $60 gets you a month of protein. It's simple, you don't need special equipment beyond what's in your kitchen. It's proven. This sustained the most successful military campaign in human history. But here's the real reason this matters: independence. Every bucket of freeze-dried food you buy makes you dependent on companies that know you're worried. They can charge whatever they want because you're scared. Every batch of borts you make is one less thing you're dependent on someone else to provide. You made it, you control the ingredients, you're not trusting corporations to have your back when things go sideways. The Mongols didn't trust anyone but themselves. That's why they won. Action plan. I'm not telling you to prepare for the apocalypse. I'm telling you to prepare for Tuesday. Power outages happen, freezers die, jobs get lost, and when those things happen, having a closet full of protein you made for $60 makes the difference between "this sucks but we're fine" and "we're eating ramen for the third night in a row." Your action plan: this week, buy 10 pounds of the cheapest lean beef you can find. Get salt. Clear a Saturday. This Saturday, spend 2 hours making borts. While it's drying, do literally anything else. This month, actually use some. Make soup, add it to ramen, see how it works. This year, make 3 to 4 batches. That's enough protein to legitimately not worry for months. The Mongols didn't build the largest empire in history by overthinking things. They built it by doing what worked and doing it consistently. You don't need to conquer Asia. You just need to conquer one weekend and make some dried meat. But you do need to start, because freeze-dried companies are counting on you being too lazy or too scared to do this yourself. Prove them wrong.